Hi guys, good afternoon. It's Kristen back with you. I'm the fabulous football babe. Missed last week's action. Kids are out of school, parent-teacher conferences, Veterans Day. Had little laryngitis, so missed all the action last week. I apologize, but I'm back and we got some humdingers to talk about. We're going to talk about the abysmal Patriots trip to Germany. We're going to talk about what the crap is going on in Buffalo. And for all of the crap the NFL's been getting the last couple weeks about primetime games and how, they could be bad games and bad teams and who's going to watch this crap. Oh, the lineup for this week is probably one for the Bucks. So let's get it. Week 10, here we go. Patriots went to Germany. Yeah, that was a good time. It was probably a really, really long flight home, especially for fans. I mean, millionaires on the plane, players, too bad. But everyone said it was a great time. Fans love it. The atmosphere and all that stuff was great. But God, that was awful. That was awful to watch. I think there were two good drives the Patriots had there. Oh, that was awful. And you know who I feel bad for the most, honestly, other than the fans, obviously, is the defense, right? Like, you gave up 10 points. 10 points. And this offense can't do a dang thing. It's so abysmal. I don't even know where to start. Honestly, it's everybody. I think it's everybody. It's everything. We thought Patricia, and it couldn't get any worse. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a Matt Patricia offense right now. Who thought we'd be saying that? If you missed it, they lose 10-6. Mac with chance at the end of the game there. We're running the ball great. Zeke, Ramonde running strong, running through the Colts. And at the end zone there, they decide to throw it. Mac throws a horrendous interception. There's no justification for why he threw that ball. And so he gets pulled, and they put in Zappy. So is this the end of Mac Jones? Is the Mac Jones experiment over in New England? Who knows? Obviously, with this team in this year, does it matter this year? It really doesn't. If you want to play somebody else, if you want to play Mac, I don't really care. But I do think, honestly, for Mac Jones and his mental state and his sanity and maybe saving his career, he's got to go somewhere else, right? I mean, I think we lost Mac Jones as the Patriot Nation here. That Chicago game last year when they booed him and he got pulled. I think that was the end of Mac Jones in New England to begin with. We're at the end of the first half there on Sunday, and the Colts it's like 7-3 Colts, and they're playing back, waiting for the Hail Mary. And we're at we were near the 50. I forget if we were on our side or their side of the 50, but we were right there. And you've got the wideouts out there. Everyone's going, and he throws like a 10-yard pass to Douglas, who makes a couple moves and gets a few yards. But can Mac Jones, can he not make that throw? Is this we haven't really seen him make it, but can he not? I know I don't have, great receivers out there, but you're telling me you can't put Hunter Henry out there, Mike Gesicki, they're kind of tall back in the end zone and just heave it? At this point, too, in my opinion, who the hell cares whether it works or not? Who cares? You're 2-8. Who cares? Just show me that we're trying to win. Show me some effort. Show me some oomph. Show me something. That was horrible. And again, if Mac Jones can't make that throw, if he cannot attempt that Hail Mary pass, I don't know where he plays in the NFL, because that's ridiculous. Is it play calling? Is it his ability? Is it it's beyond everything right now. Was the pressure to replace Brady too much for him? The fan base and our zero patience right now, this fan base has zero patience for it. I mean, you didn't win the Super Bowl, you're not Brady. You've lost more games than Brady, blah, blah, all these things that are coming out now with how many losses they have, and Brady didn't have this many losses. They've lost more in the years since in this and all of these stats. It just needs to go. It can't be helping Mac Jones' mental health in any capacity. I think the betterment for him, I was a Mac Jones fan. I like the pick. I think he was ready to play here. I don't know. Did the pressure? I just don't know. In my opinion, I know nobody probably cares about my opinion, but in my opinion, I think Mac Jones needs to go somewhere else if he's going to be successful in the NFL. Could he have a career? Could he be the guy who's hanging around teams and is the backup and plays a year or two and has some strong things and good positive things happening? Of course he can. But it's not in New England. So I think that for sure is going to happen. Now, he's not going to cost you anything. You're obviously not picking up his 5th year option. You're obviously not signing. He's not coming at you with some, hey, I need big money. So is he hanging around in the off-season workouts, training camp? Is he just here as a body? I don't know. But I cannot picture Mac Jones starting week 1 in 2024. Next is Belichick. Is it over? I do not think they fire him mid-season. I do not think Bill Belichick is gone until the week 18 in January, whatever that is, Black Monday, whatever Monday that is in January now. There's honestly no point in firing him. I think the 20 years he gave this organization, all the things he did, whether you think everyone thinks it was all Brady or not, it was Belichick too. It was definitely Brady. Brady does not get enough credit around the NFL world for all he did for New England, and it's so glaringly obvious right now. We can do a whole other thing about that. We have more stuff to talk about, but Belichick helped. Belichick was in the mix too. So with everything he did, you don't just fire him right now. But I think he needs to go. I think you have all this money in the off season. You're gonna have a high pick. If you want to go get one of these quarterbacks, if you want to go get some big offensive weapons, you have to get rid of Belichick. Nobody is going to want to come here. Guys don't want to be here right now. So you need to clean house, Kraft. You need a GM. You need a head coach. I think Gerard Mayo can run this defense. You need somebody else. Again, my first video I did, if you want to go back and watch it, I'm all in on Eric Bieniemy coming to the New England Patriots. Call him up. I think he could do great things. But this is a abysmal season for the Patriots, and so we're going to talk about other games to watch, because I love watching football no matter who. I don't need to root for somebody to watch football. So let's dive in. Last night, Monday Night Football, Broncos at Bills. It was honestly a really good game. It started out, all of a sudden I barely sat down on the couch and turned it on, and Buffalo fumbled. I mean, good grief. First play from scrimmage, fumbling the ball. Kind of back and forth. Was Russell Wilson. Are they, everyone talks about this Denver defense and the 70 points they gave up, but they have really tightened the ship up there in Denver. Sean Payton, I mean, is something brewing there. They're 4-5. They are hanging around. They beat the Chiefs. They've won 3 straight now. Who knows? Who knows what's going on there in Bronco country? It was a really good game. Obviously, if you didn't see the end, it's kind of funny. Again, Patriot fan, so I hate Buffalo. So it was kind of funny to watch, the turnovers and Josh Allen struggles, and then they're out there and he goes out to kick and misses it. Oh, wait, flag on the play, 12 men on the field. And this wasn't some ticky-tack, they should have called it. No, 12 men on the field. Everyone can count. Everyone's sitting there doing this. You had 12 men on the field. That was awesome. Kicks it again, wins the game. So, I don't know, is the Sean McDermott, Josh Allen window closing in Buffalo? What's going on up there? They have a big win. They beat the Raiders big early in the year. This team just doesn't look like any kind of playing for anything, any kind of threat to anybody. I mean, I don't see it. Is Josh Allen on the hot seat? What kind of a leash are you giving him? How much longer is the Josh Allen experiment going on in Buffalo? Because this is a guy who, everyone's going to sit here and be like, well, he didn't have 12 men on the field. He went down. He put the points up. They were winning by 1 point when he got off the field. It was the defense, blah, blah, blah. We could talk about it all day. Josh Allen didn't do the Buffalo Bills any favors in that game, the rest of the game. How many more tries is he going to get to go out there and win that game? Put that thing there. Put that drive together. Put it out there to win. I mean, it's kind of his story. He's got big numbers and good things. He's got lots of turnovers, but he just doesn't have it. Maybe he just doesn't have it. Tom Brady oozed it. Tom Brady had so much of it, but Josh Allen doesn't seem to have it. It just isn't there. And as a Buffalo, I mean, I'm not a Buffalo fan, but Buffalo people, I mean, you're relevant now. You haven't been for a long time, but this isn't horseshoes, right? Where close doesn't count. You can get in the playoffs and do all these things all you want, but if you can't close the deal at the end of the day, how much longer? How much longer are you going to hang him around? How much more help do we have to get him? Does he need more help? How much more help? If he does need more help, okay, fine. But then how much of it is about Josh Allen winning the Super Bowl and how much of it was about everybody else around him? I don't know. Interesting. Is Sean McDermott kind of on the hot seat? You know, what are you doing? The AFC East is so wide open this year. It's out of control. It drives me crazy that I'm sitting here at 2-8 being like, oh, for the love of God, where was this like 2 years ago, 3 years ago? The AFC East is wide open. Buffalo kind of seemed maybe they were resting on their laurels. Not a lot of movement in the offseason. Everyone was talking about that. Obviously, the Jets, the Dolphins, they were trying to do things to get better, and the Buffalo Bills really didn't. Obviously, there was that drama and what was going on with Stephon Diggs at the very end of preseason into the season. Was that something? Is it rearing its ugly head now? I mean, I think Buffalo is definitely in line for the East, obviously. It's not saying much right now. They can get in the playoffs, but I'm not afraid of Buffalo. I think Buffalo's a one and done in the playoffs. I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch. No one wants to talk about Josh Allen. Everyone's just like, oh, he's so great. I don't know. He's obviously a good quarterback. He's better than my quarterback, but at some point, Josh Allen, you got to put this together and you got to win this thing. And how much longer is Buffalo going to be patient? I mean, how much longer are you going to sit here and be like, oh, well, we won 11 games. We lost in the playoffs. Try again next year. I don't know. Talk about zero patience in New England. I mean, I don't know if we'd have the patience for this. So it'll be interesting to watch Buffalo, see what they do, see what happens. But really, it was a good game. It was an interesting game to watch. As no rooting interest, could care less who won. But love to see Buffalo with 12 men on the field at the end of the game. That cost them the game. So obviously everyone talking about some bad football going on, just some bad teams. I think the AFC is wide open, and not so much in the NFC. Obviously, San Francisco was struggling there. Lost 3 straight. But really, in the NFC, you're talking San Francisco, you're talking Philly. Like, everybody else is around. Everybody else can do some things, but those are your 2 runners. Those are the 2 you're betting on. But in the AFC, it's wide open. Houston, where did they come from? Who had the Houston Texans on their 2023 bingo card? Not me. That's impressive. Huge win against Cincinnati. The Jaguars are out there. Obviously, they did not look good on Sunday, but they're hanging around. The entire AFC North is the division to watch. That is the battles to watch. Great game between the Browns and the Ravens on Sunday. Browns win it. Ravens blew it. Who knows? But that was an exciting game to watch. Obviously, Cincinnati lost. Steelers hanging around. I don't know who wants to play the Steelers with that kind of defense they have in the playoffs. Again, AFC North. AFC North is the division to beat this year. AFC North is on fire right now. The Chiefs, everyone, the Chiefs are there. Pat Mahomes is there. They're sitting there at whatever they are, 7-2. But they are beatable. They are extremely beatable. The threat of the Chiefs and stuff is not there this year. Everyone kind of, when you would look at the Chiefs and watch the Chiefs and you were going to like, oh, we got to prep for the Chiefs. You really weren't necessarily being like, how are we going to stop Mahomes? How are we going to do this? Maybe how are we going to slow him down? Your big worry playing the Chiefs was, how am I going to put up 35 points? Right? You needed 35 points to beat this team. That's not the case this year. They're very beatable. So the AFC playoffs, this could be one of the most exciting playoffs ever, especially for a fan like me who's a Patriot fan who always had them in there. and now doesn't, and could care less who wins the whole thing at the end. But what an exciting playoff time to watch is going to be the AFC playoff games. I hope, anyway. Obviously, it could turn out to be duds, but this looks very exciting here. Now we're in the back half of the season. Everyone talking primetime games and who's going to watch Jets, Raiders, Broncos, Bills. These games are awful. This week, guys, oh man, it could be a long week. Maybe staying up late. Luckily, I'm on vacation next week. We've got Thursday Night Football, Ravens, Bengals, coming off 2 gut-wrenching losses to really strong teams. That could be the Thursday night game of the year right there, right now. I mean, I'm excited to watch that football game, and again, could care less. Sunday night, who would have had Vikings Broncos a couple weeks ago as a big time Sunday night matchup? Minnesota going to Denver. Josh Dobbs making waves out there in Minnesota. The Broncos obviously coming off big, huge wins. They're kind of rolling right now. So that Sunday night game is, I think it's going to be exciting. Oh, there's the sun. So that's a huge one. And then you got the game of the year right now, Monday Night Football. Chiefs Eagles Super Bowl rematch. Kelsey. All kinds of storylines floating around in there. All kinds of stuff going on in there. That game should be a doozy. So for all the crap the NFL got for not flexing some of these primetime games, this is the week that maybe they were waiting for. They're like, watch this, put up with us for the last, this week or that week and this Sunday night and Jets Giants and that horribleness, but watch this. Like, now you're going to get Ravens Bengals, you're going to get Vikings Broncos, which a couple weeks ago you might have been like, oh, I'm not staying up for that, but right now might stay up for it a little bit. And then obviously Monday Night Football, game of the week, could be the game of the year. Super Bowl rematch, possible Super Bowl preview. There's going to be all kinds of talk in that game, but it's for all the primetime stuff. And maybe if you don't have the Sunday ticket on YouTube or whatever, and you got to watch crappy football, primetime games this week are going to be fire. Hopefully, the NFL needs it. Hopefully there's no stupid refs. Hopefully there's no stupid calls blowing it and giving it to another team, and we can't take that anymore. So week 11, primetime, it could be one for the Bucs. This could be a big week. Week 11, big week anyway in the NFL. Lots of division games coming out. Lots of seedings going on. Tiebreaker situations here. This is the nitty-gritty of football, guys. This is what we watch football for November, right? We watch football for these few weeks in November to really separate the men from the boys, contenders versus pretenders. I'm excited for it, even though my team is at the bottom of the barrel. I have a bye week though, so I can't lose. So it's going to be a good week for the Patriots, right? Bye week, can't lose. Good things. I hope you guys all had a good week last week and had a nice Veterans Day. Remember to thank a veteran all day, every day. Anytime you take a moment to reflect on your life, thank the veterans, the soldiers, the airmen, the Marines, the sailors, everybody. Your freedom does not come free. It comes at a pretty heavy price. So it's not too much to ask that everyone just take a little extra moment every day, not just on Veterans Day, and thank them for what they do, for their service, for their sacrifice, their families. We cannot thank them enough. But a small bit of gratitude every day for all of our men and women in uniform. We can't thank you enough. I'm the fabulous football babe, pulling into school. If you like my channel, subscribe to it. Love to hear what you guys think. Throw me some comments. I'm on vacation next week, but I'll be posting videos, especially in the primetime lineup. I'll be posting from a tropical kind of location, not in my fleece jacket. It's going to be nice and warm. So hope you guys have a good rest of your week, and I will see you next week.